I want to sell puts so far out of the money that I will be happy to get a sign. But if I don't, I will collect $100 and I will do it for October 18 expiration, and it will be on a high market cap stock over $100 billion market cap, all the Nvidia, Apple, Tesla, all the stocks that we love. This is the screener that we're doing today using Market Chameleon 7 days trial, link below. Let's get started. First things first, of course, this is not a financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is for entertainment, educational purposes only. And also my name is Ziv, also known as Finance After 40. So with that being said, if you're not a member, as I said, link below. But once you are, if you want to sell put options, and I like doing that, I'm doing it on Tasty Trade, which they require like 20-30% buying power of the strike price compared to Robinhood, where they require the full amount as cash secure. Up to you where you want to do it. But if you are doing this, do it not on random stocks, do it on high market cap stock, and ideally stocks that you wanna buy and hold, but you just wanna get a discount to buy them, 10%, 20%. Today we're looking at over 25% discount, which is insane, and at least collect $100. We'll see. I don't know if there's any results. We're gonna see. In order to get to this screen, go to screener once you're on Market Chameleon and click naked puts. Now again, you can do, as I said, naked puts. This is the screener, but if you have cash secure on Robinhood, it's up to you. At the end of the day, the goal is to collect at least $100 premium if the stock expire worthless and on a high market cap stock that we like, and B, if it doesn't and the stock crashes like 20-30%, to be happy to get assigned and then do the wheel and all that stuff. So let's get started. What do I have? I have filter for a couple of things in the filter, and you can do tons of stuff, but just for this specific tutorial I have done the October 18, which we're getting into October tomorrow. 2.5 weeks, that's not a lot. You see here, it actually says to us, set to us 18 days to expiration, 14 trading days, and there's weekends in between, probably some holidays and all that stuff. Moneyness, this is a good basically filter that I have started to use. Distance from the stock, you can read all about it. Let me show you the difference between the strike price and the stock price as a percentage of stock price. For example, if the strike price is 110 and the stock price is at 100, it will be plus 10%. We're looking at minus. If the stock price is 95, this would be negative 5%. So we're looking at negative because we are selling puts. We're not buying puts 25% out of the money. We are selling puts to collect premium, to collect income, ideally $100 for every trade that we do. And in this case, we are looking for 25% and over. Like the minimum is 25% out of the money. And if you click here, you got all those options. But for naked put, I usually do this one, the 15 to 25. That's like solid. You know, if the stock drops, a stock that I like to own, a super high market cap, $1 trillion, Nvidia, Apple, all that stuff drops 20%, I'll be happy to own it and then do the wheel and sell covered calls. But if it doesn't, the income is still mine. That's the key. So that's my bread and butter on Tasty Walk. Different tutorial, different video. Not talking about it now. This is a Market Chameleon tutorial. Let's focus on that. 15 to 25% is where I do my most of the selling lately. But for this tutorial, we're focusing below 20. Imagine that you have a stock, I don't know, Apple, $230, and it drops 25%. Instead of you getting so emotional, we're going to zero and all that stuff, I don't know, you can collect money up front by selling those puts, and if it doesn't, yes, that money is yours. But if it does drop, if Apple drops 25%, great. You own the stock at 25% below where it is now. How good is that? And you hold and you keep holding, and then you sell calls and all that stuff. All the other stuff I left basically empty, because sure, I can play around with the IV and I can play with the win rate and all that stuff, and we can filter. But for this tutorial, we're gonna focus just on one filter: 25% discount. That's how I think about it. I don't think, hey, selling naked put is so risky, I'm gonna lose all my money. No, I'm thinking, hey, I want to buy a high market cap stock, 25% discount. What's on the market today? So let's see what's on the market today. This is my thought process. That's it. Let me know what's yours. So we got all this. We got 19 pages compared to a lot more. And let's see what we got. So we're gonna filter by market cap. I think the default is by market cap. We got a lot of Nvidia, but again, remember, I'm looking at this put bid, and the put bid you will see low. Don't expect to buy Nvidia when it's like 120 now for like 95, which is 25 or so percent below, for $100 in 2.5 weeks. That just doesn't happen. So it will be rare if we find a stock, but even, I don't know, 60, $70 is good, in my humble opinion, in 2.5 weeks. Depends what we got. So all those Nvidia, let's see the cluster of Nvidia. We got 13, 9, 12, nothing to go home about. But look at the strikes. It tells you to sell 89, 82. Those are all with 15 days to expiration, October 18, the expiration. All possible, like that they will expire worthless. Look at the deltas, 2, 1, that's 98, 99% chance that it will expire worthless. Look at the distance out of the money, 26%, 32, 27, 33. That is insane. And of course, we got the win rate, 98%, 98.3, 98, 99.3. Okay, let's move on. Again, I want my criteria to be filled. So let's see if I get filled. If I find something, we got Taiwan Semiconductor. Okay. 1723. We got Tesla. Okay, we got Tesla. Interesting. Let's go over the Tesla cluster right here. Let's see what else we got. Lilly and United. No, nothing special except 2 options in here. Look at this, 2. I only need one a day. Make $100 a day. Selling put options, 25% out of the money using Market Chameleon. Happy camper. Pay for your monthly subscription with one trade. So we got Tesla. Let's see, price 260, give or take. It's a little delay. It's like 257 now, but nonetheless, we got earnings. And again, I don't care about earnings. I do care about earnings if it's today, tomorrow, or the next few days. But the earnings right here is October 16. I will probably close the trade before October 16. And let me tell you why. It tells you, look at this, sell. Here's the put strike. Okay, let's go back up so you can see. Yeah, strike. It says the strike 190 and 195. Let's go over those two as one by one. Sell the 190 put for October 18 in 2 weeks from now for delta. That is insane. 27% out of the money. 93% chance of win rate. I think it's a lot more, but what do I know? That is crazy. And a whole lot of other information. But basically it tells you sell the 190. If 27% out of the money, collect $80, $81. It's not ideal. This is ideal for me. We're gonna go over this in a second. But if Tesla, this is the beauty. If you gotta understand the put side. When you sell the put, you sell the 190 put. If Tesla stays 260, great. This money is yours. If Tesla goes up, great. This money is yours. If Tesla goes down to 191 or 190.01, 27% below, great. This money is yours. 3 ways to win. But check this out. If Tesla drop to I don't know, 189, for example, something like that, 27% below where it is, great. I will own 100 shares of Tesla at 190. I want to buy Tesla below 200. I do. Now it's 260. I'm getting almost 30% discount. So that's it. And then I can sell covered calls against it to the wheel. That's what you do. But you gotta understand, don't be afraid of the worst case scenario. A lot of you ask about the worst case scenario. Worst case scenario, Tesla goes tomorrow to zero. Then you owe $19,000. Yeah, it's possible. If Tesla tomorrow goes bankrupt and go to zero, you lost $90,000 because you have to buy 100 shares at 190, which is 19,000. That's a risk. That's a risk. So for this risk, I want to get at least $100, but I also want to own the share 25% below where it is now, which this one is actually perfect for me, not a financial advice. Great trade opportunity for me. 25% discount, 195 strike for October 18. Sell the 195 put, collect over $100, check. 25% distance out of the money, check. Earnings is not in the next couple of days, check. And you gotta understand, here's a lot of you are afraid of earnings. Earnings is on October 16. If Tesla doesn't crash, like, I don't know, 20% or so in the next couple of days, this number, this $100 will go down because we got 50% IV rank. The IV will go down or probably up because there's earnings. But that number, $100, next week will be 0.8. A week after that, 0.6. A week after that, 0.3. Because it's getting, there's not a lot of time left. Like in the next 2 weeks, by October 16, by the earnings, this number, if Tesla doesn't do much, will probably go down to, I don't know, 20 cents, 25 cents. And before earnings, I will probably close the trade. That's it. And I will collect. That $100 is mine. Sure, if you have Robinhood, you need to have 19,400 or so, this minus $100 as collateral, and just let it sit. And wait 2.5 weeks. I don't use Robinhood. I use Tasty Trade. I get $100 automatically credit into my account. Sure, if everything goes wrong, eventually I will need to come up with this amount of money, but I'm not planning to do so. I'm planning to close the trade before the earnings, so when this goes to hopefully, I don't know, 20 cents, $20, I will close the trade. And I assume, I haven't done it yet, but on Tastyworks, I'll probably need like $5,000-$6,000 buying power in order to execute this trade and collect $100. But because they want 25-30% on a margin, this is not a margin tutorial. This is not a Tasty Trade tutorial. This is a Market Chameleon. You can go every single day to this platform and just scroll and try to make. A lot of people are asking how to make $100 a day, all that stuff. You need funds as buying power. That's step one. But look for how far it is. What are the odds? What's the worst case scenario? What are the odds that Tesla will go to 195? I don't know. It's very low because you got 5 delta, means that 95% that it will not happen. That's basically how I see it. But if it does, great. I prefer to own 100 shares of Tesla at 195 compared to 260. I really do. I really do. That's what I think. Now, if you want to go a little different, because you got 19 pages in here, remember the criteria: 25% minimum out of the money for October 18. But you want to see all the stocks, and we're looking at high market cap stock. I don't know where I can filter that. I probably can, but if you want to go by, let's say, I don't know how much money to collect, you just click on put bid, click on this twice, okay, right here. And from those 19 pages, you got a lot of stock. What we got, the MSTR, You see, MSTR, look at this. MSTR, Microsystem Strategy. This one, I mean, we talked about it last week, but we don't, they got, I don't know, a lot of short. I don't want to deal with this. Even though the 300 is not 400, which is insane. That's like 30% away. But MSTR, if you bullish Bitcoin, for example, look at this. You bullish Bitcoin, you're not going to get a lot of results over $100. At the end of the page, you're already at 70. MSTR MicroStrategy 171 for October 18. The price, collect $100, $99. The 127 strike, that is insane. That is 25% away. Now, if Bitcoin drops from 64 to, I don't know, 50,000, yes, this will probably get there. But if it doesn't, and it doesn't drop by 25%, you collect $100. And if it does, great. I will own MicroStrategy at 25% discount. We got 50% IVR. This is also important number. Naked put win rate 92.3%. 92.3%. You don't have to go too far. You will find, here's the Tesla trade, now it's 83, you see? We had the 195, I think, which, okay, it's probably somewhere in here. It's probably lower now because the time decay and all that stuff. Here's the Tesla 185. Okay, let's stick to the 100. Let's not go, let's focus. $99, you can put a limit of 1. And you sell the 127 MicroStrategy. Now, if you have Robinhood, you will need 11,700 in your account. This minus $100. If you have Tasty Trade, I assume it's like 3,000 or something, $4,000 in buying power, and you collect $100, which you can do a different trade the next day or the next minute, basically. But that's a different story, as I said. And you can play around. If you want a round number, you say, I'm buying MicroStrategy only at 125. Great. Collect $90 instead of 100. Not the end of the world. If it doesn't go below 125, this will expire worthless. If it does, if you want to go bullish on Bitcoin or add to your position, that's something to do. Instead of just buying now at 171, hope and pray that Bitcoin will keep going up, start the position at 125. If it goes there, great. You got the stock at 27% discount in like 2.5 weeks. What are the odds that it will happen? Not a lot. 6 delta. Not a lot. But if it does, great. Then you can sell calls against it. All that stuff. And there's no earnings, there's no nothing. Now, of course, if you don't have that amount, let's say I have just the buying power free, no, I'm not going to risk it, all that stuff. That's the conclusion. Go over this page every single day. This video is getting long. I'm excited. I hope you understand the power of Market Chameleon, of the put screener, 7 days trial, link below. I'll see you next time.